girls, and welcome to my preview of Arsenal against CSKA Moscow, Europa League quarter-final. I can't believe I'm doing this, and this is our most important game of the season. How far have we fallen? But you know what? We've got to deal with it. If we want to get back into the Champions League, we're going to have to do it this way, via the Europa League, just like Manchester United did last year. So as I said, we're going to have to deal with it. CSKA Moscow. Now, what do we know about them? Well, they had an amazing result in the last round. They actually knocked out Lyon. They drew 3-3. They went through on the away goals rule. Now, Lyon, I know they're not playing that great in the French league at the moment, but they're a decent side, very good young side. And the incentive for them is the fact that the final is in Lyon. But they lost. First leg was out in Russia and they won 1-0. It's the perfect European result. Going away from home, getting away goal and coming back with a victory. Before they knew it in Lyon, they were 3-1 down. They pulled a goal back to make it 3-2. It was 3-3 on aggregate. But Moscow were going through on the away goals. They had 20 minutes to try and salvage it, but they couldn't. So CSKA go through. Now, if you look at some of the teams that are left, you kind of sit there and say, you know what, this is a favourable draw for Arsenal. That's not taking anything lightly for CSKA because it's going to be a very tough game. But out of the teams that was left, this is probably one of the ones where you went, yeah, I wouldn't mind playing them. Now, the first leg is at the Emirates, and I feel this is where we've got to go out, stamp our authority, and pretty much get the tie done. Now, CSKA, they've got a bit of a famous record. Their goalkeeper, Igor Akinfeev, in 2017, he actually celebrated the end of one of the Champions League's most unwelcome records by finally keeping a clean sheet. Now, this record went back 11 years and they actually beat Benfica 2-0. Not including the qualifiers, this record went over 43 games and it was a spell that stretched back to 2006. Now, do you want me to tell you who that team in 2006 was? Yeah, it was Arsenal. Now, if you don't know about that game, go and Google it, go and watch. How we didn't score that game, I will never know. But this is 2018, this is not the Champions League, and we've got to go out there and put a good performance in. We've got to go and pretty much get the tie done because the game in Russia is going to be very, very difficult. The weather's not great out there, but yeah, it'd be nice if we can go there with at least a 2-0 lead, no away goals conceded, and then I think we'll be pretty confident of going through to the semi-finals. In terms of the 1-11, throughout this competition, this is where I've been playing a lot of the squad players, a lot of the reserve players, youngsters, etc. Well, Arsenal has anyway. But now, no, we've got to play our strongest side. So 1-11, this is what I am going to go with. In goal, David Ospina. Simple reason being, Arsenal makes these changes for these competitions. Cup games, Ospina goes in. League games, Cech comes in. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know, but I'm going to go with David Ospina for this. In central defence, we're going to start off with Koscielny. We need a captain's performance. We need a big performance from him. So we're going to start off with Koscielny. Alongside him, we're going to go with Mustafi. Again, need a big performance. Going to have to work alongside Koscielny. None of this jumping in stuff. Let's get the job done. Let's sit tight and let's not concede an away goal. On the left-hand side, we're going to go with Monreal. Solid performance. Don't really need to say too much about this guy. He's been excellent all season. So Monreal. On the right hand side, we're going to go with Bellerin. He needs to be disciplined. He needs to know when to go, when to stay. It's pretty simple, this one. Right hand side, we're going to go with Bellerin. In the midfield, we're going to start off with Xhaka. Now, again, a disciplined performance is needed. He's going to have to sit in front of the back four and he's going to have to be that protector. So that's what I'm going to go with, Xhaka. In the midfield, first off, we're going to go with Ramsey. Very important. Again, he needs to be disciplined. He needs to know when to go. He needs to know when to stay. But he could be that man that gets into the box and scores the vital goals. Alongside him, we're going to go with Jack Wilshere, another player that's very important, needs to know when to stay and needs to know when to drive through to create the attacks. Alongside Aaron Ramsey, I think that could be a very, very good central pairing and cause CSKA a lot of problems. Going with a forward line, basically a three. First of all, we're going to start off with Mesut Ozil. This is the guy that's got to create. He's got to open up the pockets and he's got to create the chances. Need a big performance from him. Highest paid player at the club. These are the games where he's got to show up in. Alongside him, we're going to go with Henrik Mkhitaryan. Been very good since we've signed him from Manchester United. Got no problems with that. He's not going to have Aubameyang up front. So, yeah, he still needs to supply. It'd be nice if he can get on a score sheet as well. So, we're going to go with Henrik Mkhitaryan. As the striker, the main man, we're going to go with Alexandre Lacazette. Back from injury. So glad that he's back. Of course, we haven't got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang because of being cup-tied. Stupid rule. But yeah, we're going to go with Alexandre Lacazette. He's got to feed off Ozil, feed off the likes of Mkhitaryan and get those vital goals. Be nice for him to go back to the final in his hometown of Lyon. So hopefully that's a little incentive for him to fire us on our way. Alexandre Lacazette. So there we have it. That is the predicted 1 to 11. That is my preview. You know what to do if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your 1 to 11 would be if it's different from mine. It's, yeah, Europa League quarterfinals. We need to get back in the Champions League. I think it could be very crucial to our summer spending. And plus, I don't want to be going to these places that I've been going to all this year. As nice as it's been, nah, get me back in the Champions League. Over to you lot now, Arsenal. I'm out of here.
4, 3, 2, 1.